Welcome to another Adobe Script tutorial. In the last video, we changed the script to work in Photoshop. This time, let's add a text layer and resize the images. I've copied the code from the last video and made the title Tutorial 6. All we need to change is the process file function. But first, I noticed a few things since the last video. In the process function, the try should begin immediately after calling progress. Because how it is now, the test for files is outside the try finally block. So if there aren't any files and we return, finally doesn't execute, and progress still shows. So move the try up. Next, in the process file function, the oversight is the other way around. I should have started the try after opening the file. Now if opening the file gets an error, none of the rest is executed. So in finally, there's no need to test for doc. Also, where we define file JPG, let's move it down so it's together with the rest of the lines for saving the doc. And change file name to doc name. For that matter, progress message can also change to doc name. Now for the new changes. Before saving each image, let's add a text layer. First, declare a variable for it. var layer text. And another variable to make things easier. var text item. Then add the layer. Layer text equals doc art layers add. Layer text kind equals layer kind text. Layer text name equals text, or any other name you like. This is what appears in the Layers panel in Photoshop. There are a number of properties to set. All are under the Layers property text item. To save some typing, get the property into the other variable. Text item equals layer text text item. Set the literal text the layer will display. Text item contents equals photographer name, for example. Add anything you like or may need. For font, I'll use Arial. Size 100 points. Easy to see for now. Justification is the paragraph alignment. I'll use left. For color, RGB, hex value, all zeros, that makes it black. Last, where to put the text. The value is an array of two numbers. First, the x-coordinate, how much from the left. Second is the y-coordinate, how much down from the top. Note that this is the distance to the baseline of the text, not to its height. For now, 100 will do for both. It's that easy. Now run the script. Like before, the script is saving a copy of each image in the output folder. But this time, before saving, a text layer is added. Because we're saving JPEG, the text is flattened with the image. Here are the results in Bridge. It's easy to see the added text. That wasn't too difficult. Now suppose we want these images for a website. Currently, the images are 2800 pixels wide by 2000 pixels tall, more than needed on the web. I size my web images a maximum of 1200 by 800. To resize the images, add to the process file function. We won't make the images exactly 1200 by 800. The idea is to limit their size. No more than 1200 wide and no taller than 800. First, declare some variables. var scale, var scale h, var scale w. Using the current dimensions, Do some math to see what the scale factor is for each. Scale h equals 800 divided by dock height. Scale w equals 1200 divided by dock width. Which one is less? Use the JavaScript math function minimum to find out. Scale equals math min scale h scale w. The result is a scaling factor, not a percentage. If you want percentage, multiply the factor by 100. But that's not needed in this case. All we have to do is multiply the factor by the current image size. Dock resize image, dock width times scale, dock height times scale, null, resample method, bicubic sharper. The arguments are width in pixels, height in pixels, pixels per inch, and the resampling method. The third argument is null because we're not changing the pixels per inch. We're only changing the pixel dimensions. That will do it, but there is one other thing I'd add. There's no use resizing an image that's already less pixels. When that's the case, the scaling factor is 1 or greater. For example, let's say the image is 600 pixels wide. Divide 1200 by 600, and the answer is 2. In other words, 200%. We don't need to enlarge images for the web. So add an if block around the call to the dock resize method. If scale is less than 1. Only resize when the scaling factor is a fraction, meaning less than 100%. Run the script and see what happens. You can see here in Bridge, the width is less than 1200 because the height got to 800 first. The script chooses whichever is less and keeps the result proportional. Keep this code, because next time we'll expand on it. Subscribe so you're notified of upcoming videos. And like this one if you found it helpful. Also, leave a comment. What do you want a script to do? Most of my scripts and ideas for new videos are because of user comments. Let's hear your suggestions. Thank you for watching.